Hi YouTube, this is Robert with Soy. Today we're not doing a Getting Wiser tutorial, but a tutorial on how to make a source-built project with iKinema and Substance. Do note that this tutorial is more for iKinema than Substance, but I figured that both of them can go in this tutorial. It works either way. Also, this tutorial assumes you already have a source-built engine. If you don't have one built, feel free to go to Getting Wiser, and the first part of those tutorials will show you how to build an engine. Also, as a side note, this tutorial also works with a Wise project. And with that, let's get started. So what we will need are the plugins for iKinema and Substance, Visual Studio, and also a pre-built source engine of UE4. The links for these are provided below. So let's start by creating a project. The base does not matter. That includes if it is a Blueprint project or a C++ project. In the demo, I will go for a Blueprint project, but I do suggest that if you are doing this from scratch, do a C++ project. Remember where you are placing the project, because this will become important later. Once the project is built, we need to add code to it. If you're doing this from C++, you don't need to do this step. So how we do that is by going to File, Add Code to Project. The parent class does not matter, nor does the name of the object we add. So just choose None and give a random name to the project, and click Create. It'll take a few seconds for the object to actually be created and add code to your project. Once the code is done, it'll open up Visual Studios. Be sure to uncheck the box and then click OK. Then close it out and we'll come back to this later. Now let's go to where our engine is located. This next step is only for iKinema. In the main folder of our engine, type in the search bar for a file called version.h, and make sure that it has a capital V. When it finds it, open up the file. It'll open up Visual Studios. In there is a line called Built from Change List, with the number right next to it being 0. Change it to 1. This is specifically set up to make iKinema work with Source. What it is doing is changing your API calls. With that done, save your file. Now let's go open our UE4 Visual Solutions file, located in the main engine folder. Once it is opened, find UE4 and then click Build. It will now update the engine to be able to communicate with iKinema. This may take a while. In the demo, I will now skip ahead. Once our engine has been rebuilt, let's go to where our project folder is. In there, add a new folder called Plugins with a capital P. Now drag and drop our plugins into this folder. And if you are in no hurry to ship, you can now open up your Visual Solutions file and click Build, and then your plugins will be both ready to go. Also do note, when adding in iKinema, their folder usually has 2 folders, each of them for the last 2 versions of UE4. In this demo, I'm using 4.7. Be sure to take the folder that says iKinema and not 4.7. And once again, your project is ready to go. Remember just to rebuild it in its Visual Solutions file. But if you want to ship with iKinema, make sure to watch this next part. So let's say you're ready to ship your project. Now let's open up the Visual Solutions file. Look through the code in our project and look for a file called yourprojectname.target.cs. You can find the target file under the source folder. Now we need to add in this line of code. Don't worry, it's in the description below, but be sure to type it out, otherwise copying and pasting it from the browser won't work. What this code is doing is it's making sure to include all of the libraries from iKinema. Once this bit has been added in, we need to just do one more thing to make sure iKinema ships with our project. Let's set aside Visual Studio and open our Plugins folder. Go to iKinema, Binaries, and then Windows 64. In there is a file that you will see beginning with iKinema core-Windows 64. All you have to do is add in your project name - to the beginning of this file. If you do not add this, your game will crash every time you try to ship it. Then with this all done, all we have to do is go back to our Visual Solutions file, change the settings from Development Editor to Shipping, and then right-click and click Build. And that concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time!